Life in the summer in Arkansas is awesome because there is an abundance of food and abundance of medicinal plants everywhere as things are blooming. Right here, this is a year's worth of burn medicine, insect bite medicine, a whole bunch of great things that you can do with this. You can make chapsticks out of it, which we do, and you can make salves out of it, which we do, to treat all sorts of skin ailments. This is broadleaf plantain. This is narrow leaf plantain, and I've been cultivating this one. I actually transplanted it from another place. I haven't put it in the ground yet, but I also have some on the property, but I didn't have a bush this big. And this one hasn't gone to seed yet, so that's why I grabbed it, so I can propagate more on the property. There's a tons of things in my yard that are edible, so I'm gonna grab a couple of them for you and make a salad. And that way you can possibly identify some of these things in your own property. Here alongside my house is actually one of the most important things for your health, dandelion. If you don't know the value of dandelion, you should look it up. There's a reason Roundup kills dandelions, because it's probably one of the best things for your heart and liver on the planet. This grows in abundance by the sides of creeks. Move your head, Bella. This is cut leaf coneflower, and it has a flavor similar to celery. And it'll actually produce a really beautiful, almost echinacea looking flower, which actually has some sort of echinacea, some kind of echinacea properties. It's an immune booster, and the roots make a great tea. The roots are, they'll make you sweat if you make them into a tea, and they'll also make you pee, and they'll make you cough. So they're great for clearing out your chest. But overall, the leaves and stems are a great for a substitute for celery or lettuce, because they work in both ways. You can cook them, you can steam them, or you can eat them raw. But once cut, see how they have almost exactly like a celery shape and central stalk? They're very delicious. Just in case you didn't believe me. Good stuff. One of the more hardier and year-round creekside staples is docks. And this is curly dock. So it's gonna be around pretty much all year long. And it is edible from the top to the bottom, even the seeds. So whenever it flowers, it'll have these nice big long tendrils that have a bunch of little seeds on them. And if you take those and you dry them, you can grind them into a powder and make a flour out of them and make good bread. So curly dock is a well beneficial plant. It's edible from top to bottom. Even the roots are edible. Everything on it's perfectly good for you. Excellent source for vitamin B12, excellent source for C, and also an excellent source for some proteins, as it is a pretty fibrous plant, but also a good plant. So curly dock. When you're foraging plants like this in this kind of way, you want best is to just pick a few, not the whole plant. Just pick a few leaves from one plant, move on to another one, pick a few leaves from that one, move on to another one, pick a few leaves from that one. That way you ensure that you're not killing the plant. It gets a chance to go to seed, propagate, and make more plants for you and provide for you for years to come. I've already done a video on the identification of wild garlic, and wild garlic, often confused for wild onion, but it's actually a garlic, is in abundance this year. And of course you can find it just about everywhere. Nice hollow leaves, long tendrils, and just an overall good plant. Now this next one can be tricky because some people can confuse a lot of things for it. Number one, hemlock, and hemlock will kill you dead, but there's an easy way to identify it. These long branches will go out all over the place, and usually if there's more brush, you will be able to follow a bunch of these branches back to their central location. Now, they're hairy, and one way to identify them is the hair. The saying is Queen Anne has hairy legs. So Queen Anne has hairy legs, and they all go back to one central spot. So you see all of these branches all going back to one central spot right there. Now, this is Queen Anne's lace, aka wild carrot. When harvesting it, what I like to do is gather everything up at one spot and take a tool of some sort and dig along the backside and work my way towards it. This ensures that I can get the whole root base out, and the roots go pretty deep. It is a carrot. This is where all of our carrots come from. There we go. She's coming loose. And that is a beautiful wild carrot. Gorgeous. Open it back up, give it a shake. That'll get some of that dirt loose that you haven't washed away. And I like to pull the bottom leaves off because they touch the ground the most, so they're usually the most dirtiest. And it also frees it up to be able to get the dirt that's lying against it out. then when I get to the house, I'll just give that a rinse in the sink, and that is a beautiful carrot. Now, if you're ever curious on the identification of a wild carrot, just smell it. It smells like a carrot. Anything that is kind of like wild carrot, there's a lot of warts out there that look like wild carrot, but they're not wild carrot. You smell them, they're gonna smell like warm dirt or must. This, not that. Definitely a carrot. Careful what you put in your mouth, because again, hemlock will kill you deader than shit. And with that, I've literally gathered enough food to keep me going for a whole day. Yes, it's only a vegetable-based food, but that is enough food to keep me going for an entire day. I can accomplish a lot of work with just that amount of food right there. So stay safe, learn your plants, don't die.